Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn all about superfoods and antioxidants. This is going to be a really fun topic. As Brett introduced me, I'm a dietitian here at Eisenhower. So I've been working at Eisenhower for almost 2 years. And it's really a fun opportunity to get to do these little learning experiences with everyone. So I can't see everyone's faces, but hopefully you guys enjoy this. And then let me know if you have any questions at the end. So let's just jump into it. So obviously the topic today is superfoods and antioxidants. So we're going to talk about superfoods, what exactly that means. Are they real? Are they myths? Antioxidants and kind of all nutrients in between and how beneficial they are for you. All right, so what exactly are superfoods? So superfoods are foods that have a very high nutritional density. They provide a substantial amount of nutrients and very few calories. They contain a high volume of minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants. And there's not really a standard or legal definition that classifies any food as a superfood. Most superfoods happen to be plant-based, and they are often foods which are a great source of phytochemicals. And if you're not sure what phytochemicals are exactly, well, we are about to learn about those. So phytochemicals, they are also known as phytonutrients, and these are kind of buzzwords. And so what exactly is this? So the term phytonutrients, it's a broad name for a wide variety of compounds produced by plants. They are found in fruits, vegetables, beans, grains, and other plants. So each phytonutrient comes from a variety of different plant sources and has different proposed effects on and benefits for the body. Some researchers estimate that there are up to 4,000 phytonutrients, which is quite a lot. And scientists have identified thousands of them, although only a small fraction of phytonutrients have been studied closely. So like I said, they are naturally occurring compounds in specifically plant foods. And common phytonutrients that you may have heard of include antioxidants, flavonoids, phytochemicals, aka phytonutrients, flavones, isoflavones, catechins, anthocyanidins, carotenoids, polyphenols. So maybe you've heard of some of these, maybe not. Maybe you've been eating them and haven't even been realizing it. So we're going to get into those. So consuming phytonutrients. So like I mentioned in the previous slide, phytonutrients are found in plant foods like fruits, vegetables, beans, and grains. And by maintaining a balanced eating pattern that includes different forms and colors of fruits and vegetables, you'll provide your body with a wide variety of all beneficial compounds, including phytonutrients. So enjoy your fruits and vegetables during every eating occasion. Just fill half your plate with them and leave the rest for grains and protein. So there are 7 top phytonutrients that you may have heard of or may know. So we're going to kind of talk about those, food sources of them, and proposed benefits. So first up is beta carotene. So beta carotene belongs to a group of colored pigments called carotenoids. As you can see, that's a lot of orange food, and you might think that's really easy to remember because you're basically saying carrot. So it's really easy to remember that orange foods have carotenoids. So most carotenoids are converted to vitamin A in the body and found in many fruits and vegetables. So beta carotene and other red, orange, and yellow pigments, specifically called carotenoids, are considered antioxidants. They provide about 50% of the vitamin A needed in the diet. And vitamin A is an essential nutrient, so its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects help to protect cells from damage. So its benefits include strengthening your immune system, good vision, skin health, and bone health. And then as you can see from the photo, as well as this list, it's the colors that we kind of mentioned. So pumpkin, sweet potato, carrots, winter squash, cantaloupe, apricots, spinach, and then some leafy greens down there as well. So collard greens, kale, and broccoli. Oops. Too fast there. Okay, so second is lycopene. So lycopene, which is also part of the carotenoid group, is a natural compound found in many foods from pizza sauce and ketchup to watermelons and grapefruit. So you see kind of a theme here. We like the colors and they are very well categorized. So as a red carotenoid, lycopene is widely found in red and pink fruits and vegetables. It's known as one of the most powerful natural antioxidants. And because it's still effective when heated, it's easy to add to your diet through both fresh and processed foods. So proposed benefits include helping prevent cancer, specifically prostate, bone, and lung cancer, as well as heart health. And then as mentioned, those red and pink fruits and vegetables, so tomatoes, pink grapefruit, red peppers, and watermelon, just to name a few. All right, number 3 is lutein. So lutein is another carotenoid, which is an antioxidant often used in the treatment or prevention of eye diseases. Lutein is found in the retina, where it is thought to protect the eye from the harmful effects of sunlight and free radicals. So as mentioned, it's helpful for eye health, certain cancers, and heart health. And food sources, those are your dark leafy greens. So everyone always says to eat your broccoli, eat your vegetables. This is a #1 reason to do it. So collard greens, kale, spinach, broccoli, asparagus, all of those dark, rich vegetables. Okay, number 4, resveratrol. Maybe you've heard of resveratrol because it's common in something that we may like, which is wine. And it also occurs in other things as well. So resveratrol is a naturally occurring phytochemical present in wine, grapes, berries, chocolate, and peanuts. And those all are delicious sources, I think. And it has benefits as well. So heart health, cancer, lung health, and then as mentioned, your red wine, peanuts, and grapes. I'm not saying you should go drink a bottle of wine just to get some resveratrol, but it's good to know that you are getting some good vitamins by having a glass of red wine. And we will talk about resveratrol a little bit later on. Okay, so anthocyanidins. So you may have heard of anthocyanin and wonder what's the difference between anthocyanin and anthocyanidin. So anthocyanin and anthocyanidin are 2 types of red-blue plant flavonoids, mostly found in flowers and fruits of higher plants. So the main difference between anthocyanin and anthocyanidin is that anthocyanin is a water-soluble pigment, whereas anthocyanidin is the sugar-free counterpart of anthocyanin. So the color of both anthocyanin and anthocyanidin depends on the pH, and both types of pigments are used as pharmaceutical components, providing beneficial health effects. They are used as natural food colorants as well, and those are going to be your rich, dark colors. So your dark purples, blues, red, and you can see by the list of food sources that these include blueberries, blackberries, plums, cranberries, raspberries, red onion, red potato, radishes, and strawberries. Okay, number 6, glucosinolates. So glucosinolates are compounds found predominantly in cruciferous vegetables. They are known for helping to regulate inflammation, metabolic function, and stress responses. So glucosinolates have also been associated with cancer prevention. Studies in rats and mice found that compounds that form from broken down glucosinolates inactivate carcinogens and protect cells from DNA damage. However, this has not been proven in human studies, so more testing is definitely needed in that aspect. And common food sources include, like I said, the cruciferous veggies, so broccoli, bok choy, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. And these are going to help you with anti-inflammatory effects and improve metabolic function. Okay, so isoflavones. So isoflavones are plant-based compounds found almost exclusively in beans, like soybeans, that mimic the action of the hormone estrogen. They may be useful in alleviating menopause symptoms or preventing osteoporosis in postmenopausal women. And isoflavones are a subtype of the group flavonoids, which we're going to go over right now. So the food sources exclusively soybeans. Your soy foods like tempeh, miso, tofu, those are all good sources. And then the proposed benefits, as mentioned, menopause, breast cancer, bone health, joint inflammation, and they can help lower your cholesterol levels as well. Okay, so flavonoids, what exactly are flavonoids? All these funny sounding words. So flavonoids are rich in antioxidant activity and can help your body ward off everyday toxins. Including more flavonoids in your diet is a great way to help your body stay healthy and potentially decrease your risk of some chronic health conditions. So different flavonoids can help the body in different ways. For one, including foods with flavonoids in your diet may be an effective way to help manage high blood pressure. At least 5 subtypes of flavonoids have a demonstrable effect on lowering high blood pressure, according to a study published in 2015. And inflammation is one of our body's trigger responses. So allergens, germs, toxins, and other irritants can trigger inflammation that results in uncomfortable symptoms. Flavonoids may help your body dismiss that inflammatory reaction so that those symptoms are reduced. And like I said, there are 6 different types found in food, and each kind is broken down in your body in a different way. So first up, flavonols. So flavonols, these types of flavonoids are known for their antioxidant properties. They may help manage symptoms of cardiovascular disease. So flavonols are found in these foods. As you can see, your fruits and vegetables. So onions, kale, grapes and red wine, tea, peaches, berries, tomatoes, lettuce, scallions, and broccoli. So lots of different colors going on there. And flavin-3-ols. So flavin-3-ols, these are also flavonoids that are very rich in nutrients. So those include your teas, so white, green, oolong, black tea, apples, both purple and red grapes, your blueberries and strawberries, and then cocoa and chocolate products, which is a good excuse to eat chocolate. Okay, so flavones. So flavones are the pigments in blue and white flowering plants. They also work as a natural pesticide, protecting leaves from harmful insects. Flavones may also help with inflammation in the body. And you can find these in parsley, red pepper, celery, chamomile tea, and peppermint tea. So flavonones are known for their anti-inflammatory properties. They may help you manage your weight and your cholesterol. And these are found in a lot of your citrus fruits. So lemons, limes, oranges, and grapefruit. All right, so isoflavones. So isoflavones may help keep hormones balanced in your body. Isoflavones are mainly in soy products, and some other legumes such as fava beans. And anthocyanins, which we already kind of talked about, but those are naturally produced pigments that give flowers those nice, rich red, purple, and blue colors. So they're predominantly found in the outer skin of berries and berry products, which we did already mention. So those red and purple grapes, red wine, cranberries, blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries. All right, so antioxidants. So antioxidants are man-made or natural substances that may prevent or delay some types of cell damage. Diets high in vegetables and fruits, which are good sources of antioxidants, as we're learning, have been found to be healthy. So free radicals are natural byproducts of energy production that can wreak havoc on the body. And antioxidants help neutralize these free radicals in our body. And I'll mention those a little bit more in our next slide. So epidemiological prospective studies show that higher intakes of antioxidant-rich fruits, vegetables, and legumes are associated with a lower risk of chronic oxidative stress-related diseases like cardiovascular disease, cancer, and deaths from all causes. A plant-based diet is believed to protect against chronic oxidative stress-related diseases. It is not clear if this protective effect is due to the antioxidants, other substances in the foods, or a combination of both. And foods earn that superfood title because of their high antioxidant content. It's not always, but oftentimes, if it's considered a superfood, it is high with those antioxidants. And there are some antioxidant supplements out there. So maybe you're someone who just doesn't like fruits and vegetables or wants to just, take a vitamin or something like that. Well, you just need to be careful with supplements. So high dose supplements of antioxidants, they may be linked to health risks in some cases. For example, high doses of beta carotene may increase the risk of lung cancer in smokers, and high doses of vitamin E may increase risks of prostate cancer and one type of stroke. So antioxidant supplements may also interact with some medicines. So to minimize risk, if you're interested in supplements, just check with your doctor first before taking any antioxidant supplements. And the antioxidant supplements have not been proven to be beneficial in preventing diseases. So we like to eat our food. That's the first number one way to get the nutrients. So let's just kind of mention free radicals. So free radicals, these are highly unstable molecules that are naturally formed when you exercise and when your body converts food into energy. So your body can also be exposed to free radicals from a variety of environmental sources, such as cigarette smoke, air pollution, and sunlight. Luckily for us where we live, their air pollution is pretty low, but obviously we have sunlight almost every day of the year, but I think we're pretty blessed for that. And free radicals can cause oxidative stress, which is a process that can trigger cell damage. So oxidative stress is thought to play a role in a variety of diseases, including cancer, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, and eye diseases such as cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. So our body, we have our own antioxidant defense to keep free radicals in check, but free radicals are constantly being formed in the body. And without antioxidants, free radicals would cause serious harm very quickly, eventually resulting in death. However, free radicals do have some sort of function, so an important function that are essential for our health. So for example, our immune cells use free radicals to fight infection. So as a result, our body needs to maintain a certain balance of free radicals and antioxidants. Alrighty, so antioxidants. So we have talked about food sources of some of these. So we're going to talk about the few that we haven't. So selenium, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. What are the foods that are the highest containing of those vitamins and nutrients? How can we really get the most benefit from the foods we're eating? How can we get the most antioxidants? Right. So selenium. So selenium is a mineral you can consume by eating very many foods. It can help support the healthy functioning of your body, including your metabolism, boost your immune system, and your thyroid function. It acts as a powerful antioxidant and may reduce your risk of certain cancers. It also may protect against heart disease, help prevent mental decline, and may help reduce asthma symptoms. Fortunately, many healthy foods are high in selenium, and these foods are great sources. So you'll notice these are a lot of animal products. So we have been talking quite a bit about plant products, hyping up all of our plant foods and fruits and vegetables, which we love, but these are great sources of selenium, which are very beneficial for us. So oysters, Brazil nuts, halibut, tuna, eggs, sardines, sunflower seeds, chicken breasts, shiitake mushrooms. I think everything on this list looks pretty good except for sardines. I don't know, I don't think they're for me, but I think my cat might like those. Alrighty, so vitamin A. So we did kind of talk about vitamin A when we were talking about beta carotene. But as mentioned earlier, your body can produce vitamin A from carotenoids found in plants. These carotenoids include beta carotene and alpha carotene, which are collectively known as provitamin A. So beta carotene is a precursor to vitamin A, but beta carotene is found only in plants. So think of it as a plant-derived form of vitamin A. And vitamin A plays a role in your vision, bone growth, reproduction, cell function, and immune system. So lots of different food sources. These are kind of the top ones that I found. So liver, it's up to you if you want to eat liver. I can't get over the smell of liver. I used to work in a kitchen, and you know, that smell lingers. It really does, but it is a great source of vitamin A. So what are you gonna do? And good thing there's lots of other options though, if you're not a liver eater like me. So there's eggs, goat cheese, cheddar cheese, sweet potato, and squash. Your dark greens like kale, collard greens, turnip greens, carrots, sweet red pepper, Swiss chard and spinach, and then lots of fruits. So mango, cantaloupe, grapefruit, watermelon, papaya, apricot, nectarine, guava, and passion fruit. So lots of good fruits there as well. All right, so vitamin C. So vitamin C functions as a powerful antioxidant in the body and plays important roles in immune function, neurotransmitter production, collagen synthesis, and more. So getting enough vitamin C in your diet may help reduce the risk of common health conditions like heart disease. And while citrus fruits may be the most well-known source of vitamin C, a wide variety of fruits and vegetables are rich in this vitamin and may even exceed the amounts found in citrus fruits. So others besides, there are citrus fruits on this list, but some other ones include cherry, chili peppers, guava, yellow pepper, cantaloupe, parsley, mustard, spinach, kale, kiwi, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and then, you know, lemon, orange. I think those are pretty common. Lychee fruit, which might be not always accessible here. That might be one of those more exotic things. Papaya, strawberries, and then, like I mentioned, oranges. Okay, so vitamin E. Vitamin E is a group of powerful antioxidants that protect your cells from oxidative stress. Many nuts and oils, as well as certain fish, vegetables, and fruit contain vitamin E. So you may, you know, choose olive oil and avocado oil, but there are a lot of different oils out there, as well as kind of the nut form of that oil. So you see hazelnut oil and hazelnuts on the list, sunflower oil, almond oil and almonds, sunflower seeds, sunflower oil, wheat germ oil, pine nuts, peanuts, Atlantic salmon, rainbow trout, Brazilian nuts, mango, and then lots of other fruits and nuts like kiwi, avocado, lobster, cod, pistachio, pumpkin seeds, pecans, cashews, red pepper, and broccoli. I'm getting hungry talking about all these foods. So you might be wondering, those all kind of seem interchangeable. Are they? Yes and no. So phytonutrients and some vitamins and minerals, they can act as an antioxidant to scavenge free radicals. And we know phytonutrients are found exclusively in plant food sources. And then you have your vitamins and minerals, which those have other functions which do not always include antioxidant. And then antioxidants can be found in animal food sources, but are not phytonutrients because we know those are exclusive to plants. So some foods have all of them, some don't, all beneficial. All right, so now we're going to talk about the top superfoods, the foods that will give you great health benefits and maybe why these are considered superfoods these days. Some of them you'll probably eat on a regular basis, and maybe some you'll adopt into your diet. So number one is berries. So the higher levels of flavonoids in berries have been shown to lower the risk of heart attack. A few commonly identified superfood berries include acai berries. So these are small, dark purple berries grown in South America. They contain 19 out of the 20 amino acids and many antioxidants. Blueberries, these are high in fiber, manganese, and vitamin K. Cranberries are high in a particular flavonoid that helps lower the risk of urinary tract infection. And we remember that flavonoids are a group of natural substances found in fruits, vegetables, grains, wine, known for their beneficial effects on health. And then goji berries. So goji berries I don't see very often, but they're these little like red ones up here. They are a small red berry native to Asia that are high in vitamin C and E, along with many different types of flavonoids. They are frequently used in Eastern medicine to help treat diabetes and high blood pressure and maintain eye, liver, and kidney health. And then some other ones on the list, you know, your blueberries and raspberries, which we kind of talked about already. So number 2, soy. So soybeans have a high concentration of isoflavones, a type of phytochemical, and we know that phytochemicals are compounds that occur naturally in plants. So soy is high in fiber, vitamin K, folate, copper, manganese, omega-3s, and the B vitamins, and it's low in carbs. So if you're diabetic, it could be a good option for you to incorporate in your diet. Perhaps most importantly and controversial is that soy is high in phytoestrogens, which are a weak form of plant estrogen that can replace other estrogens and reduce the risk of breast cancer and minimize menstrual symptoms, according to the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. So numerous researchers have suggested that because of these phytoestrogen compounds, soy could be drafted into combat against osteoporosis in menopausal and postmenopausal women, and it can also help with hot flashes. And I kind of mentioned this earlier, so, I know tofu is kind of still such a weird thing for people to eat, but there are many ways to make it taste good. You can marinate it, you can bake it, air fryers are all the rage, you can air fry it. You have your miso and then tempeh. All of these soy products are available in that little section of the grocery store that everybody walks by and doesn't give any attention to. So they have marinated tofu there and kind of little special things, but it's usually a really small section if you're not familiar with these soy products. It can be fun to try something new and see kind of what's out there. And it's a really good source of protein as well. So number 3 is tea. So tea contains very few calories, helps with hydration, and is a good source of antioxidants. So catechins are potent antioxidants found primarily in green tea, which have beneficial anti-inflammatory and anti-carcinogenic properties. So green tea has a higher total antioxidant capacity than black tea and higher antioxidant activity than vegetables such as garlic, spinach, kale, and Brussels sprouts, which is pretty crazy because everyone talks about kale and spinach being like off the nutritional charts. So maybe just have some green tea, right? That'll solve everything. And matcha green tea is essentially a more potent and concentrated form of green tea, as it provides all the nutrients from the entire leaf rather than the loose leaf green tea. So a study published in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology examined the effects of green tea, white tea, and water consumption on stress levels in 18 students. But students aren't drinking water, they're drinking tea and, energy drinks these days, right? So the study suggested that both green and white tea had reduced stress levels and that white tea had even a greater effect. Green tea may also have an anti-arthritic effect by suppressing overall inflammation. And then hibiscus tea. So hibiscus is high in antioxidants and offers many potential benefits. In particular, it may help promote weight loss, reduce the growth of bacteria and cancer cells, and support the health of the heart and liver. Hibiscus is available as an extract, or you're more often going to see it as a tea. So hibiscus, it's an herbal tea that's made by steeping parts of the hibiscus plant in boiling water. It has a tart flavor similar to that of cranberries, and you can drink it either hot or cold like most teas. I know a lot of people like to drink matcha lattes too, so there's lots of ways to drink your tea these days. And one of the most impressive and well-known benefits of hibiscus tea is that it may help lower blood pressure. In addition to lowering blood pressure, some studies have found that hibiscus tea may help improve blood fat levels, which can be another risk factor for heart disease. And interestingly, studies have shown that hibiscus may promote liver health and help keep your liver working efficiently. So all good options. I'm more of a coffee drinker, but I'm trying to get more into tea. I can do both as long as there's caffeine. So leafy greens. We've talked a lot about leafy greens and they're on this list for good reason. I know it's a broad subject, but there's a few on this list that are kind of, better, even though there's really, as long as it's green, it's good, right? It's good for you. So leafy greens are rich in vitamins A, C, E, and K, and many B vitamins as well. Leafy greens also contain an abundance of carotenoids, iron, magnesium, potassium, and calcium. And just a fact, 1 cup of kale provides 550 micrograms of vitamin K, which is equivalent to 680% of a person's daily needs. So it's actually off the charts healthy, like many other things. I think broccoli is also off the charts healthy. So very, very good for you. And kale and other leafy greens are high in fiber and water content, both of which help to prevent constipation and promote regularity and a healthy digestive tract. Alrighty, so salmon. So the nutrition facts of salmon include antioxidant elements like selenium and other elements and other minerals like phosphorus, zinc, and potassium, as well as the B vitamin group, which includes riboflavin, niacin, thiamine, folate, and B12. So therefore, salmon aids in good health as it makes up for most of the mineral and vitamin deficiencies in our body if we make it a regular part of our diet. The high omega-3 fatty acid content in salmon and other fatty fish, such as trout and herring, can decrease the risk of abnormal heartbeats, reduce cholesterol, and slow the growth of arterial plaque. And the pink color of the salmon comes from the presence of astexin, it's a hard word to say, a member of the carotenoid family of antioxidants. So unlike other carotenes in carotenoids, astaxanthin doesn't get converted to retinoid, vitamin A, in the human body. So that is an antioxidant by nature and helps prevent cardiovascular, immune, inflammatory, and neurodegenerative diseases. So salmon is popular for a reason. It has something that no other food has, those you got the point. I'm not going to try to say it again. Okay, so dark chocolate. So research has found that dark chocolate is high in flavonoids, and flavonoids demonstrate antioxidant activity, prevent coronary heart disease and certain types of cancer, and boost the immune system. The component in chocolate specifically for these benefits is cacao powder. So manufacturers derive this from cacao beans. And keep in mind that chocolate may have added ingredients, it often does, such as added sugar, that might negate these benefits. So always check the nutrition label before purchasing. You know, dark chocolate has the benefits that milk chocolate does not. So, you know, that's always going to outweigh the milk chocolate, but I think everything in moderation, right? You should have all good things in your diet. Alrighty, so wine and grapes. So I did speak about resveratrol already, but just to touch on it again, resveratrol, the polyphenol found in wine that made it famously heart healthy, is present in the skins of red grapes. So a few studies have shown promise that resveratrol can protect against diabetic neuropathy and retinopathy. So these are conditions caused by poorly controlled diabetes where vision is severely affected. And one 2013 study found that it reduced the effects of neural changes and damage associated with diabetic neuropathy. Researchers have also found resveratrol to be beneficial for treating Alzheimer's, relieving hot flashes and mood swings associated with menopause, and improving blood glucose control. However, large studies using human subjects are still needed to confirm these findings. Another flavonoid that occurs in grapes, quercetin, is a natural anti-inflammatory that appears to reduce the risk of atherosclerosis and protect against the damage caused by LDL cholesterols in animal studies. Quercetin may also have effects that act against cancer. So grapes have something wine doesn't have, but you know, wine is also good for us. However, again, more studies using human subjects are necessary before researchers can confirm the benefits beyond all doubt. So, although wine does contain antioxidants, keep in mind that eating grapes would provide the same benefit alongside additional fiber. And the American Heart Association recommends that people limit alcoholic beverages to no more than 2 drinks per day for men and 1 drink per day for women. So you can have your glass of wine and have some grapes at the same time. You're just getting all those benefits, right? I like that idea. Alrighty, so here are some more superfoods. These are kind of some interesting ones, maybe some that you've heard of or don't incorporate or have incorporated. So Spirulina. So spirulina is an organism that grows in both fresh and salt water. It is a type of cyanobacteria, which is a family of single-cell microbes that are often referred to as blue-green algae. So just like plants, cyanobacteria can produce energy from sunlight via photosynthesis. And this tiny algae is packed with nutrients such as protein, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, copper, iron, omegas 3 and 6. And its main active component is called phyocyanin, which is an antioxidant that gives spirulina its unique blue-green color. So phyocyanin can fight free radicals and block the production of molecules that promote inflammation, providing impressive antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. So it comes in a powder form usually. So you can, mix it in a smoothie or mix it in water. Usually you can find it at any health food store. So garlic. Garlic for thousands of years was believed to have medicinal properties, and science is now beginning to confirm it. So a large 12-week study found that a daily garlic supplement reduced the number of colds by 63% compared to a placebo. And the active compound in garlic can reduce blood pressure. Garlic also improves cholesterol levels, which may lower the risk of heart disease. And it's delicious. Okay, so wheatgrass. So wheatgrass is high in nutrients and antioxidants. It may reduce cholesterol, it can help kill cancer cells, and it also may aid in blood sugar control. So it can be beneficial for those with diabetes. It also can alleviate inflammation. You can grow it at home and prepare it yourself, or you can purchase it in a juice form, a powder, or a supplement form. It sounds like it's not going to taste good, and it doesn't on its own. I will tell you that. My boyfriend has this powder, this Super Greens powder, and it has the spirulina, it has wheatgrass, it has all kinds of things that make it this really dark color, and it tastes like it looks. But hey, anything for the benefits, right? So beets help lower blood pressure. They improve athletic performance. Several studies actually suggest that dietary nitrates like those found in beets may enhance athletic performance. Nitrates appear to affect physical performance by improving the efficiency of the mitochondria, which are responsible for producing energy in your cells. We all know the mitochondria is the powerhouse. And beets help fight inflammation. They improve digestive health and help brain health. Okay, so turmeric. So turmeric, research studies have shown some possible benefits of turmeric for inflammation, degenerative eye conditions, metabolic syndrome, arthritis, hyperlipidemia, anxiety, muscle soreness after exercise, and kidney health. So you may see like those turmeric ginger shots at the store. Those are really beneficial for you. Kind of spicy, maybe burn a little bit, but again, anything for the health benefits, right? But those are actually really tasty, and they're so easy to make too if you have a juicer. So Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are nutritious and energy dense. They support thyroid function. They may reduce inflammation, and they help with heart and brain health. The only thing with Brazil nuts is that they are one of the most calorically dense nuts. Most nuts are, but Brazil nuts, I think they suggest to eat like 3 of them to get just the vitamins you need and the calories. Okay, so barley. So barley contains insoluble and soluble fiber, which improves digestion. So most of the fiber found in barley is insoluble, which unlike soluble fiber, does not dissolve in water. So instead it adds bulk to your stool and accelerates intestinal movement, reducing the likelihood of constipation, digestive issues, etc. So it also may reduce the risk of heart disease and diabetes due to the high content of magnesium, which is a mineral that plays an important role in insulin production and your body's use of sugar. All right, so superfoods are super hype. So at the end of the day, food is food. There is no cure-all or something we can eat or take as a supplement to make us immune to disease. And many superfoods include a combination of multiple different vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber, all of which have been shown to have some sort of health benefit. Labeling certain foods as super can be problematic. The term itself suggests that one food is better than another, and it can also create a false impression that we all should be buying and eating this superfood or that superfood, which just creates a distorted view of nutrition. This could lead to ignoring other foods that have essential nutrients that superfoods don't. If continued over the long term, potential nutritional deficiencies may occur. So conversely, people might think that they can make up for a poor diet by consuming one or two superfoods. That's definitely not the case. And at the same time, many of these superfoods may be at the higher end of the price range, or you're just not interested in them. So for people on a fixed or low income, do they spend more on the superfoods and just forego other foods? So it's definitely kind of a dangerous topic. And it's just important to note that you can have a nutritious diet even if you never eat any of these superfoods, these so-called superfoods. Dietary guidelines recommend we eat a variety of foods in order to have a healthy diet. So we have the rainbow of food here, and that's kind of it, eat the rainbow. Eat foods of every color, fill your plate with foods that fill the rainbow. And that is it.
All right. Well, we have a lot of questions in the chat.
Okay.
So if you want to open it on yours, does that make it easy? Or if you want to
either way, let me.
Yeah, go ahead and open up the chat. There's some of these will be very specific, obviously, and we can just start at the top. You'll see.
Gosh, I cannot.
You see how to get there?
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, the first one is our preservative antioxidants.
So we will just start at the top. So is the healthiest part of melons and fruit closest to the skin? So eating the skin of the fruit is going to have the fiber content that the inside of the fruit might have. So think of the kiwi on the skin of a kiwi. I know that sounds weird and fuzzy, but growing up, I feel like I always ate the skin of the kiwi. My mom might think otherwise, but now I eat the skin of the kiwi. So the same kind of thing, you can eat the skin. It's kind of up to you. You're still going to get the health benefits, but certain foods, eating the peels and the skins, those are going to give you, that additional fiber. Okay. What is the best way to wash fruits and vegetables to get rid of pesticides and other debris? So they do have fruit and vegetable rinses and washes. So you can soak your fruits and vegetables in this special fruit and vegetable wash. I think the rule of thumb is just rinsing it off is good enough. You don't want to just eat something. You never know who touched that or where it came from. But if you do want to take the next step, they do have a fruit and vegetable rinse. I don't know where they sell it. Definitely at health food stores, you can probably get it on Amazon. But I think that you would just soak your fruits and vegetables in, and then when you dump out the water, you'll see like, okay, that's what came off. But it's totally healthy to, totally safe to eat that, after you rinse it off. But as long as you're rinsing it off in general, that's definitely fine. Okay, so when you cook salmon, does it lose some of the medicinal value? So no, it's tricky. So certain ways that you cook, you do lose some of the nutrients, like broccoli and certain vegetables, you do lose some of the vitamins, but it's so good for you that it's not losing anything, that you're not going to lack anything from cooking in a certain way. The steam that from cooking the meat, that's not any vitamins dissipating into the air. So I would say no. And then, eating the skin of the salmon, that does have added benefits as well. So if you're interested in getting some nutrition that you may be worried about lacking, eat the skin of the salmon. So are there any alternatives to soy products? Alternatives to what? Do you mean, I don't know how to answer this question.
Well, it's me. I'm asking that question because I've had strokes, and so I'm not supposed to, I couldn't take the pill, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So obviously there's some estrogen in that, so I'm just wondering if there's something. Yeah.
So, soy products, they are generally recommended or they're seen as the superfood because they're so high in protein. So other kind of and it's a plant food. So other high, plant sources, I would suggest fish. Fish has, the same proposed effects, high protein content, and fish has those omega-3s. So definitely, don't feel the need to do those soy products. They are just one of the more popular plant foods that have high protein. Legumes, I think, have less soy, so that could be an option, depending on how cut out of soy you're trying to do.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, as these foods sit in your fridge or on your shelves, do they start to lose potency / the benefits right away? No, they don't. Most foods will have a kind of expiration date or a sell-by date. And even after that date, they're usually safe to eat. Certain foods that are, fermented, honestly, the longer they sit, the better. So I would just pay attention to the dates and kind of what's recommended. Certain like supplements and vitamins, they do have expiration dates. So just pay attention to the expiration dates on like your supplements, any of those like superfood powders we kind of talked about. Those over time may lose the benefits, but as long as you're refrigerating your foods and kind of eating them while they're still fresh, then you'll be fine. So is there any value in taking collagen supplements? This is kind of one of those newer topics that is seen as controversial. I don't have enough research to say yes or no. I don't think it's going to give you like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just don't know if we know for sure what the true benefit is, how much we're absorbing if we're taking these collagen peptides in our protein shakes or taking the vitamins. So I can't exactly speak on that because I just haven't done enough personal research on that. Is that CoQ10, is that for joint health? So we're talking about here?
It is.
Okay,
correct.
just making sure. Yes, so that is definitely a good supplement. It's recommended to take, especially as we get older. You do, that's going to help with inflammation. I know vets recommend it a lot in dogs, and it's for a good reason. It really works. So that is definitely worth taking, and that is a supplement that is definitely valid. So yes. Sweet potatoes or yams, what's the difference? So sweet potatoes are basically a lighter version of a yam. So they're kind of the same thing. They have the same properties, nutritional properties. They are often used interchangeably. There's even a white sweet potato that has a little less nutritional value to it, but still really good. Even potatoes on their own, potatoes in all forms, they're good. Of course, when we get into fried versions, they taste good for a reason, but we're losing a little value there, let's be honest. But yeah, those are good. There's not really a major difference. So eat them both. What do you think about the bottled capsule fruits and veggies? So, any kind of pill or vitamin supplement you're taking, even though it's saying on the bottle you're going to absorb 360% of this vitamin, you're never going to fully absorb that, just because we don't digest it the same way as we digest food. That's why eating our food is the best way to get those nutrients. So they're not bad. I just wouldn't see them as a sole nutrition source. I would, if you're lacking in your diet, you could have those in addition to your meals, but definitely don't rely on any kind of supplement. You definitely eat them in addition to your meals. Okay. Is drinking 1/2 teaspoon baking soda with lemon and water healthy? It's supposed to fizz away long-term calcification on joints and kidney stones. Interesting. I don't have any information on that. I have not come across any research studies, which is kind of how I would, learn to understand, is this valid if they're doing any research on it. So I don't have any information on that. I'm sorry. But I will have to do some personal research on that because that sounds very interesting. So sorry about that. I can't answer that one. And then what is the role of mushrooms? I don't know what tudka? I'm not familiar with that. Is that what? I don't know what that is. But mushrooms, those have pretty much all the B vitamins, different, just different nutrients that are beneficial to your health. I don't know what the tudka is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Not sure what that is, so I cannot answer that.
John, do you have, feel free to unmute if you want to ask further question on that. We'll wait for that.
Oh,
But
it's
next.
animal bile in capsules. Oh, I'm not familiar with that. Sorry, no. And then any food sources, I think it's just in the supplement form. You know, the vitamins we kind of talked about that can reduce inflammation, your dark leafy greens, you know, different fruits and vegetables. But to really get, I would take the supplement if that's kind of what your focus is on, like arthritis and reducing inflammation. I would consume that with your, you know, dark leafy greens kind of have the most vitamins that help with inflammation, as well as like turmeric, ginger, wheatgrass, garlic, those kind of things. Oh, he sent me a link. Perfect. Now I can look it up. Okay, got all the questions.
Oops. All right. We those are the questions in the chat, which I love that you care to cover all those. So if anybody would like to unmute and ask additional questions or something specific, feel free to do so. We still have a couple minutes left.
I have a question. One thing you talked about leafy greens and other green vegetables. Over the course of the growing season, yeah, you'll see some that are very dark green, which, as I understand, means that they're rich in iron.
Yeah.
But other times they're less green. So are any of the other nutrients affected by that?
I think it depends. There's so many versions of the same plant and kind of what nutrients you're giving and how much sunlight it's getting. But I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't base it on the darker the better. I mean, that's true in the sense, but if you're eating kale and one kale happens to be lighter than this kale, it's still kale. It's still going to be beneficial for you. So if it's the same vegetable, I wouldn't, you know, necessarily think this isn't going to be as good for me. You know, there's just different versions in that plant family that might just look a little different as you're growing them.
Go ahead, Deanne.
Oh, no, I was done. That was it.
Oh, you were there. Oh, okay.
Thanks, Steve.
Jeff, did you have a question?
Yeah, hi. Are there any foods that are more beneficial for killing parasites than others?
Parasites. You know what? I would kind of focus on your probiotics, prebiotics. So lots of fermented foods. If I had suggestions, you know, sauerkraut, pickles, there's probiotics you can eat over the counter, kimchi. Those kind of help keep your microbe healthy, keep you balanced. I don't have a lot of, you know, background education on parasites, but you know, keeping your microbe as flourishing as you can would be consuming probiotics and prebiotics.
Thank you.
And you may have covered this in your presentation,
I did.
but
I
pickles.
did have another presentation on that. So if you were there, thank you.
Talk to me about pickles. I love pickles of every version. And what are they doing for me other than just making me smile?
They're making you smile as well as me. And they are fermented. So, you know, they give your body lots of healthy bacteria. They're basically cucumbers that are just kind of almost in a sense expired, which sounds gross, but it's not. And they just provide us with lots of healthy bacteria, help keep our gut healthy. So as we're digesting that, our body and the inside is saying, yay, pickles. So they're great.
What about the sodium content in pickles?
That is one thing to watch out for. You know, what you can do, you can rinse your pickles. So if you rinse them off first, that actually does cut some of the salt off of them. They're naturally salty, unfortunately. But instead of just pulling it out of the jar, you can rinse it off first, and that'll help a little.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. All right, a couple more minutes and then we have a final couple questions. Anyone? Guillermo, what about you?
I don't have, I'm just listening.
Olives. Yes, olives are the same kind of deal. I know there's green olives and black olives. They don't promote as much of a healthy gut as, other fermented foods are, but it's the same kind of idea. But again, olives are also really salty, so same kind of thing. Just be careful of the sodium content, but they are good for you, definitely. All of the colors too, the black ones, the green ones, the big ones, small ones. So those are good, yeah.
Except probably when they're in a cocktail and filled with cheese.
Well, that's what I was thinking they're best in. What do you mean, Brett?
That's what I'm just smiling. I'm just like, you're
Between
covering
the
all my
wine and the martini with the olive, I mean, we're pretty good to go here, I think.
All right. I think on that note, unless there's a final question from anyone, I just want to say thank you to Hannah. Always a very robust and a great conversation. And I see, Deanne, did you have another question?
Yeah, one quick one.
Sure.
You talked about the benefits of red wines. I
Mhm.
understand there's also some benefits in white wines, but not as much. Is that the difference?
Honestly, I don't have a lot of info on white wine.
Mhm.
I think red wine has just more proposed benefits.
Mhm.
So I can't speak too much on white wine.
Mhm.
I only know
Okay.
about red wine, yeah.
Mhm. Okay. The only thing I would say that a number of them are lower in sugar content,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yes.
can be helpful.
That's true. That's absolutely true. That's one of the things to know about wine, especially with someone with diabetes or just watching your sugar intake in general. Wine is it is very rich. But there's also health benefits. So, everything in moderation at the end of the day.
Mm. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
bet. Thanks, Dan. David, did you have a question?
Can I jump in here?
Sure.
Okay, is there anything particularly helpful to promote a good night's sleep?
A good night's sleep. My dad tells me that peanut butter helps him sleep. Peanut butter and turkey have something in it that helps you sleep. But I'm just saying that's just his personal experience. For good night's sleep, honestly, it's just I would not eat too late, kind of get your mind and your body ready for bed, avoid any screen time. I know a lot of people like to take melatonin at night. However, waking up the next day, you might feel groggy. So avoid that if you can. But in terms of foods, there's not really, they say tryptophan, which is in turkey and peanut butter. People like to eat that, and that does promote being sleepy. It's a real thing. But there's not really, one thing I would suggest to eat that's going to help you get a good night's sleep, unfortunately.
Peanut butter and what?
I'm sorry?
Peanut butter and what?
Oh, peanut butter and turkey. So, people on Thanksgiving, they always get sleepy after the big meal. It's because turkey has tryptophan. So we need that nap.
I had heard there was a form of cherry too. I think it was on Dr.
Oh,
Osmond.
okay.
That was like,
That could be true.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Something, but yeah.
No, another good option.
Kiwi actually is supposed to promote sleep.
Okay, there you go, David.
I don't know if it's
And
true.
I'm going to end with this last one because I honestly don't know the word, but I think we're just going to throw it at you. We were talking about olives and pickles and that. It says, what about ashwagandha?
That I've done a little research on, but I can't speak about. I just don't know enough to talk about it. So that one, you'll have to do some more research on, or I will have to do some more personal research on that. I just don't know enough to talk about it, but I do know it's one of those up and coming superfoods. So I have to say, I do think there's something there. I just can't speak on it because I don't know enough about it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for the great questions and for all the questions in the chat. And Hannah, always great. So I'm not sure which I'm going to go home to first, the pickle or, the olive, but
No, maybe some wine.
I've got another presentation tonight. So we have a long COVID presentation starting at 6 p.m. If you know of anyone on that, we have about 190 people registered for that tonight. And it's a panel discussion with 5 key experts that have battled it, have worked in it, and are going through it. So that's on our Eisenhower Health website for tonight, and that will be our next one. And then, Guillermo, what is our next lecture? Do you happen to know it off the top
Our
of your
next
head?
one is on April 26th, and is a stroke risk factor and how to prevent a stroke with Kathy Cash.
Yes.
So that will be our lecture, last lecture in April.
Great. Thank you so much. And everyone, thank you so much for your time. And Hannah, applause, thumbs up, lots of thank yous in the chat. Thank you again for all your expertise and for being with us.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I hope you learned something and had fun. And maybe I'll see you next time for another fun lecture.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.